Welcome to Spirit Guides 101. So I'm going to start with just who I am. I'm Paige Apgar. I'm an energy healer and a channel. And I have been connecting with Spirit Guides since 1995. Some of you have probably heard me tell my story about how that all started in a haunted house in college. It was an awful experience, but it really opened me up to sensing things that I couldn't see. In the unseen world, let's say realms, where there are beings that exist and are present and communicate with us, became very real to me. So in the years that have followed, I have worked with a number of different guides. I've done all kinds of exploration. So I've got a lot of information that I can share with you. But yeah, it's a beautiful world and it's a magical world, and it is really exciting when you are able to get to that point where you feel like you've either established a strong connection that you're going back to all the time, or that when you sit down and let's say you want to connect, you're able to sit down and feel like you're connecting to something. It is such a gift, actually. And I should probably preface everything by saying that the information I'm going to give you comes from my direct experience and from asking questions of my guides. I don't go looking online for answers. I'm not going to be referencing somebody else's work. This is really just what I've learned over the years. So let's start with who spirit guides are. For me, spirit guides are beings who do not have a physical form here on the planet. And some of those may not have a physical form at all, but some may have physical forms in other places. What that means then is spirit guides are beings that we connect with through consciousness. Meaning our consciousness is reaching out to them as a form of consciousness and making a connection in that way. And there is an energetic exchange as well. Spirit guides should be beings that have your highest interest at heart. So there are lots and lots of beings out there that aren't in physical form. If they aren't beneficial, if they aren't beings you wouldn't want guidance from, then I don't group them into the category of spirit guides. So when we say spirit guides, we're just sort of casually referring to anything that you would want to ask advice of, any being you would want to ask advice of. And if you think about, all the people who are out on the street, and if you had a burning question about your life and you wanted to ask someone, there are probably a lot of people you wouldn't approach. And so think about it that way. The unseen realms are the same way. There are a lot of beings that you don't really need to get advice from. In fact, you could get some pretty bad advice. Spirit guides, we're just going to refer to them as beings that have your highest interest at heart. There are some very high level beings, and there are some let's just say there's a hierarchy. I don't want to say lower level, but there's a hierarchy, or there's a difference between the different types of guides. So before we go there, though, let's just talk about two main categories.